Okay, hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is Prophet Smirking Gun Reviews, and we're back with the Romanoffs. We are all the way up to episode 4. It's called Expectations, so full spoilers if you haven't seen the episode. So at least it feels like there's a common thread here, and we're starting to see some interconnections here with John Slattery's character. Diane Lane, I know, is in more than one episode. They mention the TV series that is being made in Europe from the last episode. So you're starting to see more connections in this, which is pretty cool. And this whole episode is about Amanda Peet's character, who isn't one of the Romanoffs, but her son-in-law's family, I believe, is. And pretty much throughout, and like the episode describes, like in episode descriptions, that she's confronted by basically all the things she's kind of kept secret for her whole life, or at least her adult life. And it's pretty straightforward. I think every time one of these comes out, we have to completely Men in Black flashy thing ourselves and clean slate it. No matter how like bizarre last week's episode was, you never know what you're gonna get, really. So it's like expect the unexpected, and in this, it's just this pretty, somebody, her character, it's all about her choices, and I guess it's also one of those episodes like for this channel, on my channel, I try to be really honest. I get personal. I think about how these things make me feel and think about my own life. And in this, I mean, it kind of makes you think about like things that you don't tell people, things that you keep from people, mistakes that you made, and lies that you told and never said anything about. And are you really getting away with it? And if you are, can you live with it? And if you are living with it, like the struggle to maintain the lie, the struggle to maintain the life that you live without, what that does to you. In this case, I think it leads to gallstones, and like general, like I think like stomach problems. It seems like she has. So she has this daughter, and it's not from her husband, it's from his best friend, played by John Slattery, who, if you've watched my channel with anything or this earlier with this season, I love John Slattery so much. He's such a great, fun actor. He played Roger Sterling on Mad Men. And in this, he plays the real father to her child. And she had this affair with him like a long time ago, but it's still like this part of this connection, because once you have a kid and the other person knows about it but not your husband, it's going to be something that carries with you your whole life. You may not want it to be, but I mean, it's there. That person's there, they know it, so you and that person have to kind of maintain that lie. Or if you don't want them to, you have to figure out a way for them not to tell, expose you. But in their case, it's kind of like this mutual, like they both would lose something. She would lose her husband, he would lose his best friend, they would lose everything, their lives would blow up. So they've been able to keep it quiet. But when you're that close to people and for that long, are you really fooling anybody? How, patterns that you get into, I think we all think that we're better liars than we are sometimes. And that what we think we're covering up is pretty obvious. It may not be obvious to us, but I think people a lot of times give away little details about their lives or about themselves with like long routine repetitiveness that we might not even know we're doing. And in this, like certain things just start to like peel back about, her lies and how they affect other people, and how how she really hasn't really fooled anybody in a way, especially with their daughter. And that's like one of the most key parts of this is the beginning here, where she doesn't really understand her daughter. Like, how she's not who she expected her to be. She expected her to be more like her. And by the end of the episode, you really realize why she isn't like her. And it's because she's known for a really long time the lies that her mother had told her, mainly about her lineage, and that her father is not her father, and the person that is her father, she's known is her father for a long time. And knowing that this is what her mother did and how she was in her lifestyle, that's what made her become a different person. It's not that she wasn't raised to be a different person. She just saw who that person was and didn't want to be it. And I think that that's, like at the beginning of this, you don't really understand that. You just think it's mother-daughter, kind of, I don't know. I'm not a mother and I'm not a daughter, so I can only speculate. And I don't want to speculate too far because then you get everybody going nuts on you. But lies are universal. And one of the things about this is as it goes on for a while, the less and less I felt like I liked. I wanted to know this character. The more that got peeled back, I was just kind of like, yeah, she's really not who she presents herself to be. People that present themselves, as one way, and as you get to know them, and in this case, we're not, this is the secret her, and we get to see that person that other people don't get to see. And so right from the outset, oh, I like Amanda Peet. She's a good actress. And then as it slowly goes on, you start to see that this person's been, holding back a lot throughout her life and how it's starting to affect her now as she's getting older. And so at first I was kind of like, I don't really like her. But then I started realizing she's really just not like, she's pretty much like a lot of us. The person we present and the person we are sometimes. And so it's like, who am I to judge, right? We all have our things. And I really like the scene where she tells her husband everything. But, and it was really done so well that when I realized when they revealed that it's never really happened, I was a little upset, but at the same time, it's kind of like her catharsis, her fantasy of how it was going to go, and the best case scenario for her, and how, in the end, telling him would destroy everybody, and is keeping it from them at this point just better for everyone. And I think maybe that's one of the things that this episode is kind of trying to get across. I can't say for sure. It's a case-by-case basis. This is a personal thing. What can you live with? And, I don't know. I've never had to deal with stuff like this. I'm sure a lot of people have. But, I don't know. I feel like that's kind of all I really have to say about it. It is not like last week's episode. The whole thing about you can love more than one person, that's true, I think. I think that love is complicated. I think emotions are complicated. I think relationships are complicated. That's duh. Yes, of course they are. But I mean, who hasn't been, had feelings for more than one person at a time? And how do you deal with that? I don't know. I don't think we'll ever be able to balance that out. There was a line in here. Oh, it was from episode 2. Just kind of that I was thinking about where you're the line of people in your family. There's a lot of you, but you're all fucked up. And I feel like that's really what this all is everybody's just really fucked up. I do. The fact that these people all think that their granddaughter or grandson's going to be a Romanoff, keeping the line, going, and how now she knows that that's not what's happening here. He's going to be a fake Romanoff. I really don't think I have too much to say. I mean, it was really well acted. Amanda Peet's great. She's always been great, ever since the whole 9 yards. John Slattery, great. John Tenney, I forgot that's who that was, who plays her husband in a small role. Her daughter, I don't know who that is. I'm just going to say it right now. I could easily find out. but I don't know. The parents of the son-in-law, he's been in everything, and I always find his wife annoying in everything. She is like annoying, nosy neighbor type character lady. In this, she's actually nice, which was a nice little change of pace. He could be a scary motherfucker, or he can be very gentle like he is in this. So it's nice to see the balance, that this guy has as far as, or the scale that this guy is able to work at. I wish I had his name too, but it's early in the morning. Well, 8:46 in the a.m. here in Kingston, Illinois. So yeah, that's about it. It was a good episode. It is starkly different than last week's. Some people really did not like last week, it seems. I loved it. I thought it was a great episode. It just was really dark, really dark. So anyway, that's it. Like I said, expectation. That's another thing, I guess, about this. It's about expectation. That's what I kept thinking is throughout. What is expected, I don't know. I kind of missed the boat on that part. I should have talked about that earlier. So if you liked this video, please hit the like button, comment, share, subscribe. Let me know what you thought of this. Maybe you can talk more about the expectation that I forgot to talk about. So anyway, this is Robert Smirking Gun Review saying we will see you on the next episode. Bye.